Today's fitting is going to be a two-piece 30-degree round elbow. I will be using parallel line development. Here you can see where the 30 degrees would come from, even though 60 is the one that appears on this shop ticket. First of all, I need to draw this elevation view similar to the photo in the video. So I'm using 5 inches as a diameter, and I'm simply following the dimensions given. Four inches. Here I'm drawing a horizontal line to help me find my 60 degrees. So I'm setting my dividers to pretty much any dimension, and I'm striking a quadrant where that met my horizontal line. Strike an arc upward, and this becomes your 60 degree for the second gore. This line will need to be 4.5 inches long. Wherever the 4.5 ended up, draw a perpendicular or a 90-degree line off of that line, 5 inches for the diameter, and then again 90 degrees off that downward till it meets the first gore or intersects with the first gore. There we have our sketch of the two-piece 30-degree elbow. Now I'd like to, or because we are doing it parallel line development, I'm going to put a profile in here. Right now I'm setting up my dividers to 2.5, which is half of 5. And I'm going to do my half circle or profile. And I need to divide this up into 6 equal spaces. So here you go. So from the center, I'm simply striking an arc upward to divide the profile. With the dividers again, strike downward. And I've just divided my half profile into 6 equal spaces. Now let's go and number them. Now where every punch or number cross on the arc, I need to make a 90-degree line or an element line going up to your intersecting line of the two gores, or the miter line of the two gores. So now with my marker, I'm just going to make things darker and hoping it makes it clearer that this is the first half gore of this elbow. This is a center line. So now that we have the elevation view complete, we're going to figure out the circumference for the 5-inch diameter, which is 5 times pi. And we're going to start laying out or stretch out for the pattern. So draw yourself a stretch out line horizontally and measure it 15.7 inches long. Again, because it's a 5-inch diameter. So once you have your 15.7 long and 2 lines at vertically on the end of that, we need to divide this into 12 equal spaces. And one of the easiest ways is using the slant rule method. So put a ruler on 0 at the bottom and up to 18 for this scenario. 18 works fine. And all I'm going to do is mark at every 1.5 inches. Now take your steel square or anything else to draw vertical lines up at every point on your diagonal line. So now that you drew your lines through those points, you will have 12 equal spaces, and I'm going to start numbering them with the number 4. This way, it keeps the seam for these gores in the center. With your dividers set to measurement line number 1, strike an arc. And we are going to do the same thing for every measurement line. You can't see this one, but it's number 2. Again, this is parallel line, and I am transferring the distance of my element lines or measurement lines over to my stretch out or pattern. And the last one is number 7. In a few seconds, I'm going to want to connect all these dots to draw the outline of the pattern. Right here, because of the shop ticket given, I am simply taking this distance at 4 and I'm going to add it to where my bottom gore was. And draw a horizontal line 15.7 inches long. This is to finish. I'm simply marking center line here for assembling purposes later on. But now let's go ahead and connect all these dots. As I said earlier, the seam location on gores can change, and in this shop ticket, you can see that this would be an example where the seam location has moved to 7 and 1, and it would change the shape of the pattern. Now it's time to cut your patterns. Obviously, you would have to allow for seams and connectors, if any, but there you have it. A two-piece 30-degree round elbow using parallel line development. If you have any questions, leave a comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching.